Hello, this is a video of pre-shaping. This dough has been going for about let's see, 8:30, 2, so it's 5.5 hours or so. After being mixed this morning, so the dough was mixed with the levain, and it was kept pretty warm. It was at about 26 degrees above the fridge there in a cupboard. I gave it a few stretch and folds along the way, and it's grown quite a lot, so it's time for it to do its thing. Well, time for me to shape it. The first step is a pre-shape, where we give it a bit of structure, a bit of strength, and we then let it relax for 20 minutes, half an hour, and then we give it a final shape. So the first step is to get it out of the bowl. Now it's quite a wet dough. This is about a 75% hydration. Bear in mind this has got a 20% levain at 100% hydration. So if you were just using dry yeast, this would be the equivalent of, say, 78% hydration. So but it's still pretty manageable, I'm expecting. So the first step is to get it out of the bowl, and to do that, I'm just sprinkling a bit of flour on the edge of the dough, where it meets the edge of the bowl, and now I'm going to push that down using this. So this means that the dough won't stick as much to the bowl. I'm pushing it right down, pretty quick movements. If you find it sticks at all, just whack in a little bit more flour. This one doesn't seem to be sticky. And then you're good to get it out. So use the scraper. Simple. No sticking, so no tearing of the dough, no destruction of the all that, those nice pockets of air, that nice structure that's been developed already. Alright. My next step is to sprinkle it with some flour. Just on the top. And I'm going to split it in two. This was 1 kilo of flour. So I'm aiming for 2 loaves here. I'm just using the flat edge of the scraper, the long straight edge. Okay. And we flip this over. So now that floury side is down, and I've got a stickier side on top. The pre-shape is pretty simple, so it's a fold over. Now I've still got quite a lengthy piece here. I'm going to fold it over again. It's also quite a stretchy dough, so there'll be no issues with me doing that. Okay, and then you sort of round it up. You can do it a little bit with your hands if you find it a bit sticky. I've always found it easier to use the scraper. So I'm moving it around a little bit and sort of forcing the edges under, and you can see that's also giving it a little bit of tension. Speaking of tension, this is another method for developing tension. I do a maximum of 4 of these. Alright, that's one done. Over to the next one. I'm going to flip that over. And it doesn't really matter which way you do it, but I'm going to give it a little bit more of a roll or a fold up. There we go. That'll do. Now round this one up. So I'm using the scraper in at a low angle with fast movements, fast in, fast out, so that it doesn't stick. And another trick is when I do that final tension, which I'll show you in a sec, is when you're stuck to the dough here, is you flick it away with a bit of rotation. So instead of pulling it all off at same point, all along the blade, you're taking it off the blade a bit at a time. It's just a more successful thing to do. Less damage gets caused to the dough. I'm trying to avoid tearing. Alright. Now watch this little flick, sorry about that. I'm just using this, my left hand to steady it a little bit. 3, 4. Right. Those are good to rest now. They'll rest for 20 minutes to half an hour. I'll sort of look at them in 20 minutes. Decide if they've relaxed enough for the next shape. Cover them with tea towels so they don't dry out too much. And we'll come back for a shake.